GbaramatuVoice, voice of the people.
Welcome back to GbaramatuVoice Bayelsa State Elections, and today it has been an interesting moment, and all reports coming into the GbaramatuVoice studio and the update of different activities of the election processes in Bayelsa. And earlier we spoke to the Labour Party candidate, Engineer Odense Radiri, who assured the Bayelsans that there is hope in this election for victory of his party. And it was earlier we made due to network issues, we couldn't get the audio clearly, and they said a lot of irregularities happened. In spite of that, there is hope for Labour Party, and it is hopeful that things will work out better for Bayelsans.
Thank you for staying with us.
Now we look at let's look at some of the issues Engineer Odense raised. He talked about irregularities of vote buying. What can be done in Bayelsa, particularly Bayelsa, at this point in time?
Well, that's not my expertise, but like we were actually discussed telling today, it's the fact that a lot of education has to go in. A lot of education has to go in because it's lack of foresight that would make a person sell their votes, except of course the person that you are being pitched, that you are pitching you to sell your vote for was the person you originally wanted to vote. For instance, I actually originally wanted to vote an APC candidate, and then APC is coming to me to say, I want to give you SYZ so you can vote my candidate. I already wanted to vote APC candidate, so whether you gave me the money or not, I would have still voted the APC candidate. On such occasions, I think the vote buying we can say was valid. Otherwise, but the reason Engineer Odense Radiri emphasized was the level of poverty that has overwhelmed the typical Bayelsans, and even little money, according to 5,000, 7,000, is making people sell their votes. Even that, 12,000, yes. And he even went on to mention how a woman whose child he had trained in a private school for 5 years, how she sold her votes for 12,000 naira to another candidate. Somebody he has a personal relationship with, and these are people that have assured him that, hey, we are going to vote for you. And he is really disappointed. He is very devastated. And I think every one of us can really relate as humans. I can really feel the pain. Mention how he has went to all the nooks and crannies of Bayelsa State, going to inform, going to sensitize and share his plans and visions for the state. And now he really feels sort of betrayed. But however, in our conversation with him, he did say that there is hope for him to win this governorship election. There is hope for him for his party to emerge as the winner for this election. We did say that he said that there is no hope, and that was because of the network glitch. We didn't hear him quite all right. Please note that Engineer Odense Radiri said that there is hope for his party to win this governorship election.
More information are coming in. We'll get to our correspondent Bayelsa State to get more details of activities that is happening as collations and vote sorting is ongoing in Bayelsa. Let's hear from Bobby.
Wow. It's always really tense during elections in Nigeria.
Yes, a lot of issues related to elections. It is tempting.
It's usually tense.
Yes.
And even from reports now, the Bayelsa State is pretty tense. There is a lot of uncertainty. Unlike some states where you could say this person is going to win. We have Bobby on the studio already. Hello, Bobby. Good evening. How are you doing today?
Very fine, very fine.
How's it being over there at your end?
Okay, it's very rowdy here because this Opolutan has the highest number of polling units across. So everybody is coming here for the final collation, and we have more than 200 military personnel here. And
more than 200 military personnel, I heard?
Yes, because this particular place is very, very violent. as of the previous
elections.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. From previous elections.
Yes. So, but this time I believe that the oppositions have seen Monto very well. So they needed a lot of military presence so that they can take everything down. It's very bad that we are not even allowed to even take pictures or even go close to even the premises. So we are a bit far and we are observing it from afar.
Bobby, the Opoloazis that you are, is that a collation center for a local government or just a ward?
That is a ward.
That is a ward. So after that particular area, where else are they taking the collations to? To the local government collation center?
Of course.
Yes, apart from here, they will be taking everything to the local government.
So why is the place rowdy?
Because this place has a member representing the good people of Yanagwa local government in person of Ofoji, which seems to be as the number one politician in Yanagwa local government as a whole. So this place is always interesting for opposition parties so that they can take up this place. As of the previous ones, him and his team was not even allowed to even enter. They were even chased away. So I believe that this particular period, they have made those arrangements intact. That's why you see a lot of military presence here.
Yeah, and I think that's because we have quite a good sum of polling units all having their votes cast in this same location. Yes. And this particular local government has a good sum of voters to determine the direction of the election.
Yes.
So we can quite understand the reason why security has to be tight, because of course so many interests would be in this location. Thank you so much. What are your observations in terms of vote buying in Opolo? Is vote buying something that happened there, or you've not been able to notice it?
It just happened everywhere. Like I said this morning before, once you go to the polling units, just go and vote, then write down your name, then later your money will be allocated to you. So it just happened everywhere. Around all the polling units I have gone to follow this morning, same thing has been playing out everywhere. But they are very, very systematic in doing it, making sure that people does not know that there is essence of vote buying.
Okay.
Instead of bringing out the cash to be given to the people after voting, names will just be taken down. Then later you will be called and money will be given to you. I think that is what has been playing out. All the polling units we have gone so far this morning in the ground.
Okay, Bobby, apart from vote buying, what other irregularities do you witness there?
Apart from that, I think we have not witnessed anything, but I believe that from information I'm getting is that from those interior villages, they are also using rice to induce voters after voting.
Rice?
Yes, after voting, they will still give you rice and also give you money. I think information got to me that they have been doing that around the Ogbea houses and the rest.
Oh.
Wow.
So thank you, Bobby, for reaching out to us. And
that was a lot to take in for me.
We will call again to get more updates from that Opolo houses, because you told us that it is a rowdy scenario, and we look forward to getting more info in regard to what happens in Opolo and the movement of results to the local government area, and give us any update you think is necessary for us to know within in this headquarters.
And Bobby, we would like to talk to some of the people who are there. We would like to talk to some electorates. Is that possible right in this moment?
It's possible, because if you don't even have tag, you are not even expected to even go close to the building.
Okay then, thank you very much.
Tag, you don't even go close to the building.
Thank you. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
All right, no problem.
Yeah,
that was a lot for me to
yes,
take in.
because in the previous elections we found out that people were given wrappers and
wrappers.
Yes, so this time around they are giving them
rice. But rice is on the high side now.
Yes, rice is on the high side.
I learned that the rice is
go and vote.
And Christmas is even coming. You don't have to you don't have to buy Christmas rice again. Just carry the rice and go. I wonder how many baskets or how many would they be giving them up to a bag or half baskets? Let's tell us that the poverty in Nigeria is real.
When we are talking about vote buying, we first talked about this aspect of vote buying as a result of poverty. People find out that there has been no development, there has been no opportunities, and what else do you expect the people at that material point in time is what they see that they are going to get. So that has been their hope. So coming with rice and money is something that a lot of persons have anticipated that it will happen, and that is what is happening.
Truly played with poverty.
Let's look forward.
But I think, as we already said before, it's beyond the poverty. It's the mindset. Because I believe that there will be poor people around there that didn't take this bribery for selling their rights. I believe there will be people who were offered the same money or rights per se to vote for a candidate and they refuse it. And now I think that also goes back to personal integrity. Because everything is not about what you are going to eat today.
You can now relate this to what Engineer Dens said earlier. Somebody he assisted trained a child to go to school because of 12,000 naira, sold our right, the relationship, the friendship, and the commitment that he has done so far. So that is the mentality of poverty, is what I'm going to eat, that is what I'm going to look after. That is
the same thing with, I'm talking about the fact that it goes back to personal integrity. Aside the fact that poverty is there, there's the other part where the people need to be informed, the people need to be properly sensitized. That, like we said earlier today, that apart from the NGOs who goes around to do the sensitizations, we don't see so much effect of the government or INEC. But I think INEC too is putting in efforts because they are sending messages. I think they are also on the news telling people don't sell your vote, telling people. So they are making the efforts. So at the end of the day, we cannot leave everything and say INEC is not doing the job, government is not doing the job. These are the individuals in the communities. These are the individuals in the country. And I think it's only a matter of conscience for you to say, I want my country to be better. I'm thinking long term. Except, like we already mentioned before, that some of them actually feel like whether I vote or not, whatever they decide, then is who becomes the next governor. Especially considering the way it happened in the last election. David Lyon won, but because of the discrepancy with his deputy, they had Doyle Dewey eventually took the money. That was a huge blow for Bayelsa since the last year. So, as the last election. So we hear people who really do believe that it's not about their votes, it's that their votes, they do believe that their votes do not count. So for them, giving me this right and giving me this money, I collect something from government today, I collect something from this party today. It's not about us, it's about them. So the typical, some of them might even feel like you are for yourself and you have to take care of yourself.
Yes, there has been, the last election, I was there in the community and people were telling someone that you are here, political rapper, and if you are not giving us, we are not going to vote for you. This is a man who has been with the people and he has shown commitment to the people. But at that material point in time, the people betrayed him.
Now this goes back to the personal integrity that we're talking about. It's not just politics.
The people betrayed him in the sense that what they see at that material point in time, these are people, because there are some times that if you eat today, you have to think about tomorrow too. If that consciousness is not there, whatever that happens, you bear it.
Yeah, but
that is why we have in most cases. That's why in most cases we are seeing bad governance because they feel that they have spent huge amount of money in giving you what you have not seen for all these years. So what is the essence of coming back to give to the communities?
Well, I don't like to attribute that to the government, because there is no case of saying that it's the government that is giving these people money to say sell your votes. That's not the case. So we cannot say
that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying in sense.
No, let me learn so that you can.
No, what I'm saying.
This fact. Let me learn, please.
Look at it. What I'm saying is that is what you give back to the community. That is what the people hope for. Sometime, shortly we'll come back for the issues that is happening, and reach out to us in this studio from Bayelsa State. Another journalist, A.B. Ozegbe, is a journalist, going to reach out to us and tell us current updates of what is happening on the field.
Hello?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Mr. Ebi, how are you doing? Hello.
Good evening.
Where are you calling from currently?
Right now, I am heading to Ogbia.
Okay.
Yes, I'm inside the vehicle. I just left Kolokuban now. I've been in the Gua, but I'm heading for Ogbia now.
Can you tell us the current situation there?
In Kolokuban, in the governor's place, it was peaceful, very, very peaceful. Okay. People came out massively and voted. And it's really nice. But the same thing, apart from one or two units where there were issues, arguments and stuff like that. But generally, it's a peaceful election.
Okay. Apart from the two polling units, which other irregularities do you observe there?
In Kolokuma, because it's the governor's local government, there is no much irregularity. The INEC and police were on duty. They started early as early as 8. And the governor himself voted early enough. People went back. It's like a family thing.
Okay.
Yes.
So you are currently going to where?
Ogbia now.
Okay.
We heard in Nimbe that there were some pitches. At Basambiri. That in Basambiri there was hijack. They hijacked some things in Basambiri and that's in Nimbe. But across the state, generally, I think it's a peaceful election.
You didn't say it's a peaceful election by what standards, because we have results that we have reports that there have been cases of stolen ballot boxes.
Yes, in Nimbe.
And Sagbama area as well. They were stolen boxes and some polling units were cancelled out. They could not even go.
Yes, in Sagbama local government.
And there were reports too of thugs coming in with security personnel's uniform, with the military uniforms.
Yes, that's in Nimbe.
So I wanted to know, by what standard are you then calling this a really peaceful election? Is it because the majority of the parts are the peaceful election, or?
No, in the places I have covered so far, I just apart from Nimbe, that there were issues in Basambiri.
Okay.
Where they said some persons in military uniform were there, and the guys were, going about hijacking things, so nobody could stop them. I think later on, the military came in, maybe to restore peace in that area.
Okay, thank you so much. So, what is quite dominant today is that vote buying. So, from your plate, you said
the vote buying thing, I'm going to Ogbia now.
Okay. Did you vote buying in Kolokuma?
I have not experienced anything of such.
Okay.
All right.
And now you are going to Ogbia.
Yes.
And
to really confirm the vote buying thing.
Okay, tell us the exact areas you are covering, sir.
In Sagbama, Kolokuma, Yenegua. So, but I'm going to Ogbia now.
Okay, those Kolokoma areas is the particular areas you are covering.
Kolokuma, Sagbama, and Yenegua.
All right, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Have you covered Sagbama today?
Then in Sagbama, they said in Sagbama, they replaced some trained police clerks were replaced in some areas.
What happened? Why?
You said some polling materials were replaced because they were stolen.
Yes, just my colleague wants to also contribute. Just talk to him too.
All right, thank you. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
What's your name, sir? Good evening.
Yes, my name is Ayibai Tare Yesterday.
How would you describe today? How's your day been?
Well, the election is averagely peaceful, but very early in the morning, before the election could start, there was a report that the electoral officer from Sagbama local government area,
Yes.
whose name I have not been able to confirm, replaced some of the trained polling officers, the supervisory presiding officers and the polling clerks and all that, with party officials. Some political parties paid the EO some money, and the names of those people were removed, and party officials were used in place of them.
Wow.
I called the electoral officer, and up to this moment, she has not replied. I sent her a text for her to react to the allegations, but up to now, she has not been able to react.
Can you confirm the locations where this has happened, please?
Hello?
Can you confirm the location where this happened?
In Sagbama, generally in Sagbama local government.
Sagbama local government, okay.
Yes.
There is a lot of irregularities with the Sagbama. What is special about Sagbama? Is Sagbama having a very large population that determines the outcome of the election?
Well, I wouldn't know, but from the information I gathered, even the previous electoral officer for Sagbama local government area committed same offense and was transferred. So I don't know what is absolutely peculiar in Sagbama local government area that such fraud is being committed, and the electoral commission is unable to turn the situation up till now. It's a very bad, it's a very ugly situation. So that is the report that you have.
How about vote buying? Have you witnessed any form of vote buying today? Which areas have you covered today?
So that's my contribution from my other colleague. What he noticed was in the place like Bere, Odoni, and some other communities. The turnout was massive.
In all, how is your assessment in totality of all what you have witnessed? Your assessment?
My assessment so far, INEC, has tried their possible best. We have to kudos to them. They came very early, but in all the communities, they came very, very early. The beavers were also working. The beavers worked, accordingly. So I think it's a success. It's a success apart from some few places where there are itches.
So
the places we've gone so far, but generally, it's not.
What about transmission of results? Have that been done?
Yes, in the units, yes.
Who is currently taking the lead in those units? And which units are you talking about?
Well, in the place we have covered so far, like I said, the governor is from Kolokuma.
Yes.
Everybody have their strongholds. A place like Sagbama, Kolokuma, and Yenegua. So far, I think you have just a PDP, by celebration more in their communities. But then like a Basambri, Salani job, what we are hearing is hijacking.
All right, thank you very much, AP and friend. We appreciate you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Have a beautiful evening.
I don't finish now.
A lot of reactions from different people. These are journalists that has been moving around within the Bayelsa state regards to covering the election from Kolokuma. They are moving straight to other parts of the state to know what is actually happening. And AB Ozegbe, who has been on the ground, has given us updates of irregularities and peaceful aspect of the elections. And we hope that this viewpoint of AB in where it covered be repeatedly peaceful in different parts. But what we have had so far, hijacking of materials in southern Niger and what irregularities are happening in Sagbama, trained INEC officials were instantly substituted. through political order. It is a very serious allegation yet to be proven, and according to him, he has been calling to confirm from the EO to know what exactly happened.
I'm short of words. Glad to know that there are areas where the election has been peaceful. In every election, you will hear different opinions because there are different locations and there are different people. So now we have some people say it was a peaceful election because in their area, the security was tight and everybody was well behaved. There was no issue of hijacking. There was no issue of stolen ballot boxes. There would be areas where, there might be areas where all of that happened. So we are excited to be getting the several opinions. But today I have been appalled. I don't know about you. Kindly share your thoughts and your comments and any questions you might have on the comment section and in your social media platforms. It's really appalling that people will say their votes for rights. It's appalling to think it, even though we cannot exactly tell because we are yet to give feedback on the fact that delegates agents who are supposed to take care of the election, presiding officers, were substituted with party members. And of course, if they were substituted with party members, we can already think what would happen in so doing.
We consider it as an allegation for now, as the journalist reported is trying to still confirm what exactly happens, and that is a very serious one. And also, we will later be joining with a very senior man from Bayelsa State, Chief Negi James, will be joining us via the phone again to give us more update of what is happening on ground at this point in time, because a lot of people have cast their vote. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. We are just witnessing the collation and counting of votes and the results being declared in several areas in the city. For Government House, the Peace Park, they call it the Government House Polling Unit, the PDP 1. At Amarata, all the units in that, in the upper deck unit, PDP also won. At Azikoro, PDP also won. These are the areas I covered.
Okay.
So other people are also collating, but the collation is on, and I believe that the results will all be entered into the World Collation Center. From the World Collation Center, it will move to the Local Government Collation Center. From the Local Government Collation Center, it will be now go to the State Collation Center. So that will take from now till tomorrow, I believe so. So I think within even the 9th, they will be collating results, especially the ones from the riverine areas. But for the upland, I know that before, I think it will still get to the 9th, because from units, you go to ward, you begin to tabulate, you begin to calculate, and now look at the time now. So I know that it's very stressful, and definitely we begin to have vote coming in from local government.
Your account is too low for this call. Dial star 60.
Yes, the words of Chief Negi James CON has been a very resource person to us here, and speaking from Bayelsa State Government House, what he said, a lot of tabulations and collations has been done. PDP won at those levels, and we still anticipate to hear from Chief Negi James on all the issues that is happening and the processes. According to him, it will looking at the time frame, get to the 9th and tomorrow morning, and it will take a process because a lot of people are coming from the riverine areas with their materials.
And we wanted to note that some of those areas where ballot boxes were jacked, there will be replacement. So I believe that we might just be able to get the results in due time.
Yes, in due time. That has to do with the process. We look forward to get more updates, and shortly we'll go for our break and we'll give you more updates on the latest developments.
GbaramatuVoice, voice of the people. GbaramatuVoice, voice of the people.
that last night. I've deployed all my tactical teams all out. We are trying to fish out who did this heinous act. As at this morning, I got an information that the man's name is Jonah Adaka. I contacted a few of people that we have known him, but nobody was able to reach him. So we are still on his trail. Then there was a ghost in his harp, and fortunately, nobody died in that, but the electoral materials sank. Generally, you can see the service commanders, we have been meeting. Prior to this time, we had several engagements, and we are all together now. We are moving around now. This is the first polling unit we are getting in. And if you see when we were moving in here, you see that people are going about their lawful businesses. Those who are voting are voting, those who are walking around are walking. Generally, Janagua for now is very calm. And reports from other areas, aside from these isolated cases, there has not been any serious issues.
So what would be your word to residents we're still waiting to 2:30 p.m. when the election will close for today. So what's your word to residents?
We will just continue to admonish that they should go about their lawful businesses, go to their polling units, cast their ballots, and maintain the peace.
Thank you very much.
Michael, talk around here.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Okay,
Are you ready? How will you describe the process?
So far, so good. The optics show that yes, the process is going on smoothly. Aside from those things that are happening behind the scene, where money is being exchanged with votes, people are watching and then writing down names and giving tallies to be collecting 12,000, 10,000. It's happening everywhere. And you know, some of us are people who have decided that we will not express ourselves violently, otherwise we would have stopped. In the eyes of it, we know what is happening everywhere. Voting is going on, but the state resources is everywhere being shared. Monies that ordinarily should have been used for schools, monies that should have been used for the education, monies that should have been used for the economy of the state is thrown around to buy votes. And sometimes I wonder how people will sit on a seat that you did not win going to the polls as you should be. So far so good on the optics. Yes, we have done the voting, but behind the scene, the state resources is being used to induce and buy voters.
Yes, Honorable Yusuf, not to be talking, speaking in parable, I should say, when you say the state resources is being used to buy votes, who specifically is using the state resources?
I'm talking about the party of the day, the governor's party. They are busy electrifying votes and snapping people's ballot papers, using it to go behind the scene and pay monies. There's somebody holding some money in the other part. They have been reported to the police. But you know, there's a lot going on in this election that, like I said, is compromise everywhere. I'm not going to use our usual ways trying to stop them. At the end of the day, they will say it can be violent. I will not do that.
What about the peaceful aspect of the election?
Well,
any report from others?
Usually in my community, there is always peace in the election because some of us have very peaceful disposition, and that disposition is what I have expressed since yesterday. Walking around with our people. The only thing I will not do, I will not buy votes. I will not. And even when I know what is going on, as a matter of principle, I will not buy it. I didn't contest this election because I'm looking for money. I didn't contest this election because I want to sit on the throne of the government. I contested because of the issues in my state. There is endemic poverty in the state. Our young girls are standing on the road. Our young boys are doing their work. There is no hope for young people. These people sit on the position and think that the state resources is their personal resources. And they have entrenched poverty in Bayelsa State. A state that produces oil, a state that is supposed to be rich in natural resources. We are the second poorest in the country. We have the highest out-of-school children. As for me, there's the right thing. I have achieved what I wanted to achieve. To prove to the world that somebody can get up without stealing state resources and stand up against this tyranny that is going on. And today, beloved, we will continue to fight until more and more people will realize that money itself cannot buy you a society that will be functional. People have been impoverished to the point where you give them 5,000. I will not pay money.
Everybody enter. That things are going to go well for the APC at the end of the day, definitely. But we have some issues in the ward. Unit 3, Unit 5, and Unit 9 had issues. I think the registers were not uploaded, so we escalated it to INEC. And of course, they accepted that it was a careless mistake on their part. I don't know why units in my ward were not uploaded. But I think the problem is being rectified, and they promised that in those particular units they will extend the voting time because a lot of people would have been disenfranchised if that was not rectified. They will be able to escalate it to Abuja. But so far, I mean, in my unit, things are going on very well. And around the state, we also are following. And there is a lot of violence. I mean, the PDP is doing quite a bit there. Trying to molest our voters with security. In fact, in some cases, it is believed by our people that we are running election not against PDP but against security. But we are containing the situation, and I'm sure that at the end of the day we'll come out victorious.
Would you mind stating areas specifically?
Yes, in fact, I was told that in Yenagwe especially there has been a lot of violence, a lot of police action. In fact, this morning I woke up with the story of one of my APC members shot. Because there are pictures, so these are not made up stories. And by afternoon, we had situations where the army, especially Bayelsa State, has taken over some areas. In fact, in listening, I've just spoken to them. They say it's the army that is up there with the snatch ballot boxes and so on. I don't know the extent of what is going on.
but frankly speaking, the security in Bayelsa State must be called to order. They are really playing on the side of the PDP, unfortunately, especially the army is playing on the side of the PDP. Well, we are expecting that at the end of the day, people will contain them and will come out.
How would you score INEC today?
Well, for INEC has been, I would say that INEC, there's a lot of improvement, I must say. This is not a foolproof system. It's a human system, so you expect that there will be lapses. But I was very shocked that the careless mistake only happened in my ward particularly. And the units that were targeted were very big units. I mean, that had a large number of voters. You would have had over 4,000 voters disenfranchised if this problem was not rectified. And you begin to wonder, how did this now happen only in my ward? You know, but anyway, INEC overall is making a lot of improvements. We believe that there is still room for improvement.
Thank you. This transaction will be getting in before. Due to the fact that
Jesus.
No, yeah, this is, of course, this is my word, so we expect that everybody is supporting me, and that's why
you don't need to read your this thing. You're entering my shots.
My word will be targeted and loaded, because I'm sure that they believe that if that happened and it disenfranchised people in my ward, that it will be good for them. But we've been able to escalate it to INEC, and the problem is being rectified.
Okay, do you think you have coordinated? Amid all the security reports that you earlier mentioned, what is your call to party members?
No, of course, I have always called on the party members to be peaceful, and they've really conducted themselves very well, and I'm proud of them. So far, so good. Because that the security elements in Unagua especially, because we keep getting all the stories from Unagua local government. And everything that is being escalated from Unagua to the situation is about security people taking sides with people. That's what I'm saying.
So, do you still have confidence with all these allegations of flaws here and there?
Of course, I am very confident. We are containing the issues. I mean, I'm just bringing this to your attention. It's not as if we have lost hope in the system at all. Definitely, that's far from it. We believe that in the end, we will still carry the day. I mean, these are all panic measures taken by a failing party. I mean, if they were not failing, they would not be enlisting the support of security to stand for the It is because they are failing. I believe that in the end,
Thank you.